shoot. You said you wanted him to shoot you, right? And he didn't. And that's because people care.
They shot him, man?
No, man.
No. Don't say that.
On the evening of November 30th, 2018, 26-year-old Elisa Thompson was found dead in her car one day after she was reported missing. Thompson's family reached out to the local Tallahassee Police Department when she had not picked up her child from school. As this occurrence was extremely bizarre, her husband then attempted making multiple calls to her with no response. Her body was discovered in the rear of her car, which had been abandoned in a local public parking lot. As police began investigating, they spoke to witnesses at Thompson's call center job who said they saw a man get into the driver's seat of Thompson's black Nissan Rogue on the afternoon of November 29 and drive away at extremely high speeds. Police were able to track the active cell phones within the radius of this incident, and it led police to identify the prime suspect of this murder, being 31-year-old Reginald Gibson. Shortly after identifying the lead suspect, police arrive at Reginald's house to arrest him. Upon police arriving, Reginald aggressively resisted his arrest and even pretended to draw a gun out of his waist, telling the officers to shoot him. Police proceeded to tase the suspect and detain him. Following the arrest, they bring Reginald in for questioning.
How long you been in Tallahassee?
About 5 years.
Okay. Are you working anywhere?
I was working at Waterbury and Krispy Kreme.
That's what I heard. When did you stop working there? I know you didn't get fired, so why'd you stop working there?
My feelings.
Your feelings?
Yeah, I met the wrong bitch.
That happens.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Did you have kids with the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
How many kids you got?
One. Well,
Boy or girl?
boy.
Boy, how old?
3.
I've got a 1-year-old, a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old. 3's a good age.
You ain't got the one baby?
With her?
Yeah. No, but all together?
No, I got 3.
3. Lord.
Boys and girls, or just... How old's your girl?
7.
That's the one that'll get you.
She's princess, I'm sure.
Police begin the interrogation with a classic case of the read technique. The early portion of the interview, they are very calm and empathetic towards the suspect, almost in a way to make him feel like he is not in any trouble. Building on this, they go as far as making rapport-building comments with the suspect by mentioning their similar roles as fathers to young children at home. Detectives understand this tactic will be pivotal for this investigation, as they are well aware they could be on the other side of a gruesome confession.
Go for it, grown.
I know it's difficult when people are split up, but as far as the kids go, I'm just talking about the kids, 'cause I know you're hurting right now, but the kids, how are they doing, like emotionally and in school and daycare and whatnot? Are they having any issues because of y'all being separated?
They ain't old enough to explain yet, so.
Well, I mean,
acting out,
the 7-year-old is.
Are they acting out, though?
But the 7-year-old want me and her mom back together, but
Of course.
that ain't not happening.
You want to get back together with her mom?
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
What you been going through, man? You say you had problems with your baby mama here. You been living on the street. Something been getting you. What been going on?
That's what I've been going through.
You been getting high? Or you just been fussing with women?
I don't smoke, I don't drink.
At all?
At all.
Not even when things are hard?
I don't smoke, I don't drink.
That's good.
You been depressed, though? I mean, how old are you? How old are you, Reggie?
31.
Be 30.
Notice Reginald's tone and body language here. With every comment or question that the detectives ask him, he always goes on to answer with brief and discreet one-word answers. Also, the way his body is sitting in at the other side of the table, he is presenting himself very unengaged in this interview, completely. This body language and tone mirrors exactly the opposite of someone who would be innocent in this situation. Normally, when the suspect is innocent and in questioning, they would present themselves very engaged and confrontational towards the detectives, trying really hard to get the point across that they are innocent. It would be very rare to see them act as flat and emotionless as Reginald is acting here.
just did 2.5 years in prison for a bitch ain't have no love for me. The whole time I was in prison, she f***ed off. I get out. I decided not to do the things I was doing to take care of her. I done took care of her too much. I took care of her the whole time she was down. She ain't had nothing. But as y'all know, I was selling a lot of drugs. I'm quite sure y'all know my charges and stuff by now.
You were doing that to support her?
Right. The day I got arrested, the money wasn't for me. I went and did that for her, to put extra money in her pocket.
Brother, I worked there for 7 years, man. It's a job. You're making money, that's all you're doing. You're trying to support people. I get that.
She didn't care about none of that. What she gotta do this time and get out. I changed my whole life. She don't like that, because now I don't want to go to the club. I don't smoke, I don't drink.
And she liked that money that you were bringing in before, didn't she?
No, this time she was up. So she had a good job. It ain't about the money, it's about the fame.
Yeah.
When you go to the club, she go to the club every weekend.
Yeah.
So she like to be seen with the niggas in the booth. You know what I'm saying? And I was that nigga one time. You know what I'm saying? So when I get out and decide to change my life and not do that no more, she fucking out with the next nigga doing it. And I called her. I pulled up at the nigga house and she coming out the house. And that's when things went the wrong way.
Yeah.
And that was, she showed me that she really didn't give a fuck about me.
That Kara?
No, that's terrible.
Terrible. When that happened?
I got out in March. July.
What you were doing was right. I'm sorry that she didn't support you. She should have. She should have been proud of you.
Yeah, but I ain't have nothing. I ain't have nothing. I ain't have no job. I ain't have nothing.
But you got a job. You started working.
I got 2 of them.
That still wasn't what she wanted, though, was it?
That ain't what she want. She want me to go to the club, be in the booth.
She wanted the bottles. She wanted to be in the booth.
She want to be seen.
That's wrong of her.
But love don't love nobody.
Yeah. I don't know why that is. Why so many women want that. Instead of somebody's going to be there for them, somebody's going to work hard for them.
Especially she older. You said she almost 30.
Right.
She ought to be grown out of that.
She been doing it since she was 18. So I don't see why she ain't grow up. And she had a baby. Now you got to give your mama our baby every weekend to go to the club or go out of town. So my son had a temperature of 104 degrees. She want to get her mama or my son to watch while she go out of town with some.
No.
Like,
That don't sound right.
No. That's wrong. That's evil. That's wrong.
That just happened in July. That in.
no, this happened before July.
God damn.
You had plenty of signs that didn't come. What was going to happen?
But Lord,
It hurt you, huh?
I was too up about him.
Broke your damn heart, didn't it?
Detectives are doing the best they can to side with the suspect here, going along with his emotions of feeling used by his ex-girlfriend when reassuring it was wrong of her to use him for his former money and status. Reginald is using this opportunity some sort of therapy session and way to vent of his frustrations he kept towards his ex. He feels like he is safe to speak about this because his ex was not the one who was just murdered. Instead, the woman who was murdered was actually a co-worker of his ex, a local call center. Detectives understand that this information information Reginald is spitting out is still extremely valuable. They suspect perhaps the murder of the Elisa Thompson, the co-worker, could have been a result of Reginald trying to use her as a vehicle to get in contact with his ex-girlfriend, who had blocked contact with him.
It just tore your life apart. The way it looked, it tore your life apart.
That's why I was praying y'all shot.
I wasn't there. We weren't there. We heard on the radio.
It sounded like you were ready to end it, huh?
That's what we were thinking. And I was scared. I was scared for the officers. I was scared for you, because that's what I was thinking.
Let it show you something, Reginald. That these girls have done you wrong, right? Treated you bad, stepped on your heart, tore your life apart. Don't give a damn about you, right? People still do. Them police down there did everything they could, and if you don't think they were scared, they did everything they could not to hurt you. You wanted to get shoot. You said you wanted them to shoot you, right? And they didn't. And that's because people care.
They shot him, man.
No, man.
No, don't say that. I'm telling you, things are bad. Okay? Things are bad. But you can make a change.
I promise you, when I get down, I say to myself, the sun gonna come up tomorrow. The sun gonna come up tomorrow. No matter how bad it get tonight, the sun gonna come up tomorrow. And that means your whole life gonna come up. You're gonna have some real good days coming up.
Rich, we talk to people in this room all the time that are in the same circumstances that you are. Okay? We don't see you as a mean person. We don't see you as an evil human being. We realize that everybody has circumstances in their life that brings them to this room. Everybody does. You know, it's so easy for people on the outside who don't do this for a living, that aren't sitting in this room right now, you know, to say that you must have had evil in your heart. But because we've done this, we've sat across the table from so many people, we realize that's not the case. It's circumstances. It's all circumstances. It's the stressors that life places on you, the relationships we have with other people. Sometimes are bad. It causes things like this to happen. And everybody's got their own story to tell.
I told her time after time what she was doing to me. She didn't care. Because she felt like she couldn't be touched. She's unstoppable. I told her time after time.
Who are you talking about, Reg?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Time after time. I told her. But being around niggas, she like to show out. She called me fuck deadbeats. I'm a deadbeat. I just got a job. Two jobs.
Just say all that just to hurt you. Just to be nasty.
I know she had a hold of your heart, but she didn't deserve you. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. Reggie, we want to keep talking to you. Get you water if you need it. Get you Coca-Cola if you need it. You need any of that stuff? More water, Coca-Cola? Monster Energy drink. I'm gonna have somebody get you a water. All right. You walked all the way out to that place on Mayhem? Where'd you walk from?
Bus stop.
Which one?
Walmart.
Damn, that's a long walk.
I know.
If somebody drove you, it's okay. They're not in trouble. But you really did walk from the bus stop?
Yeah.
How long did it take you? You remember?
About an hour and a half.
Yeah. Did you stop at that store or anywhere else along the way?
No.
What were you going there for?
Terrible.
Just talk to her.
Yeah.
What changed your mind about talking to Terica when you got there?
Terrible window.
She just wasn't there the day? How did you find out she wasn't there?
Car window.
Yeah.
And I seen her in the projects.
Down in the bricks? Yeah.
With the same one of these. Yeah.
You saw her down in the projects later on that day? Yeah.
Got to Elisa. You asked her to give you a ride home. What'd she say?
Who?
Listen.
Listen, sorry, I'd say it wrong.
When you asked for a ride, what did she say? And I know you's worked up about Miss Dawkins. It's okay.
You keep saying it's okay. This shit ain't okay, man.
We know it ain't okay, but we know you were down. We know you was probably pissed off when you get there. Dawkins' car ain't there.
Did you want to go home or did you want to go and find her down the bricks?
I want him to find her.
Yeah.
What happened?
First of all, y'all, when I got out, I had 2 years of probation.
Mm-hmm.
And in the violation of that probation, I was looking at 15, 20 years.
Yeah. You didn't violate them. Did you violate?
She told me y'all said y'all was charging me.
Are you still on paper?
She said y'all was gonna charge me
That's what she told you?
with kidnapping, something about a child.
Talking about from what happened earlier in the week.
She called you up and rubbed that in your face?
She told me that.
See, you ain't give a shit no more then.
Right.
You ain't
I
give
lost,
a shit. You wasn't even thinking no more.
I lost it. If she just jail about something, I ain't.
So you thought you was going for 15 years. Behind that, and we'll get to that later on because it sounds like I need to know more about that. So when you walk up to her car, what we call Elisa? What we call her?
Elisa.
Elisa. When you walk up to Elisa's car, you was wanting to go find Dawkins, Miss Dawkins. Wasn't thinking straight. This is a hard part, Reginald. This is a hard part right now. What happened when you asked for a ride?
I know she was eating her lunch. She eats her lunch out there every day. She couldn't leave because she only had a 30-minute lunch break. Is that what she told you?
So I never had charges on me. So I ain't got no charges on me before this.
No, she put charges on you.
An important note to mention about this case: Reginald got charges pressed on him by his ex-girlfriend just days before he went on to commit his crime. He kidnapped his ex just days before this happened and held her against her will for a few days to talk things out. This was an extremely dangerous sign that more danger was soon to come, but unfortunately by the time his ex pressed charges, it was too late.
She did. Like I said, I didn't know anything about that until today when I talked to her. And I think a lot of that might have to do with the fact that I don't know the circumstances. I do not know the circumstances. For whatever reason, you didn't get to tell your side of the story to the investigator. I don't know if that's because you chose not to or because he couldn't find you.
The investigator.
Yeah. There was another investigator that was working that case. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if he couldn't find you or if he tried and you didn't want to talk to him. But you didn't get to tell your side of the story. So yeah, she put more aside on you. And then I think she called you up to stoke you up, to rub it in your face. I know that made you angry because you said it did set you off. They said in the parking lot they saw you slide into the driver's seat. And Alyssa slid across to the passenger seat. And y'all left. She didn't want to leave because she couldn't leave. What did she say?
Don't know exact words.
That she couldn't leave. They're tied on them there. They got to clock out of their computer and they got to clock out of the door. And I think that's why everybody just hangs out in the parking lot and why they have a food truck that comes there. You see the food truck because they don't want them leaving because they got to get back to the call center. They've got exactly 30 minutes.
How'd you get her to leave?
Were you so dead set on finding Enrico that you scared Alyssa into leaving with you? Because that's all you were thinking about was Rico, trying to find her.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. I guess I scared her.
What could you have done that would have scared her?
I just told her I didn't want to hurt him.
Did you have a weapon or anything?
I didn't need no weapon.
You just told her that. Did she scoot over?
I said I didn't want to hurt him. All I wanted was ride home.
Why didn't she get out the car?
Why did she get out? I told her not to get out. I told her not to get out.
Yeah.
I didn't want the police called on me right then.
Because you had to go find that girl? Yeah.
Where y'all went when you left?
All right.
Around where? Looking for Miss Dawkins? Where'd you go first, look?
To the brakes.
You seen her car there? What was Elisa doing the whole time? Was she fighting you?
No, she wanna fight me.
What was she doing? How did she die?
They don't know. They don't know, man.
You don't know?
I act like that.
Explain.
You said she never made it to the brakes.
So she died before you went down there.
I ain't say that.
Then when did she die?
When she died?
Yeah.
Don't do this to yourself and don't do it to her family.
Do what to myself?
You gotta tell a story, you know?
Can't hold it in.
Yeah.
Holding it in is what got us here.
I want you to be able to rise above it. It's easier to say that you don't know how she died. I said it's easier for you to say that you don't know how she died. But, I mean, you know how she died. We're trying to figure out exactly what happened. Right before she passed. What caused you to do that? I can't see where you'd have any anger towards her. Just rage over Miss Dawkins. Like you said, maybe fear that Miss Thompson would call the police. Miss Thompson, she's never been mean to you before, has she? Not like Miss Dawkins.
This smoke free in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Where my money at?
With all your property, probably in a bag out there. Did she
Why
sell
you
it?
left all this shit in my pocket then?
You know, I don't know.
I don't know what they left in your pockets or why. None of that matters.
What time it is, man?
4 till 9, 10 till 9.
I'm gonna be in charge with.
You're not gonna tell us if she suffered.
Suffer what?
When she died?
You said she didn't make it to the bricks. You said you couldn't let her leave.
You told us all this of what led to this. And I know it hurts.
You said what?
You told us that you couldn't let her leave.
I said I couldn't let her leave.
You said you didn't want her to leave. You couldn't let her leave because she called the police. You told us that she never made it down to the bricks, but you were down there in her car. You dished your cell phone over on Nina Hills. What you got against, I think it's your cousin or whoever it is that lives there, I don't know why you dished it there. I have no idea.
I don't got nothing against them boys, and I really want them to know that. I ain't throwing no damn phone back there to set them up.
I'll tell them. I'll tell them, because that's probably what they're thinking. Well,
Yeah, that's what they're thinking. I seen it on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah, they thought you were setting them up.
No.
but I'll tell them.
What'd you throw it back there for?
It'd be better if you told them, but I'll tell them.
I said, what'd you throw it back there for then, instead of somewhere else? You know what I mean?
No. I actually did throw it somewhere else, but the didn't fly. Yeah. So when I stopped at a destination, I just tossed it.
Yeah.
I went over there, let them know that. I went over there to get a gun.
Miss Dawkins.
That's what I came to the crib for.
Did you find one when you went in?
Hell no. If I would have found one, I'd be dead right now. I wish I would have found one.
I'm glad you did, man.
I ain't at all.
You was the last person there with Elisa when she died. And we're gonna have to answer to them kids and mama and everybody if she suffered.
I even know I was the last person going.
Who was the last person with it then?
We're not trying to pin a charge on you associated with her death. We're already at that point. Honestly, it's like when I told you when I first came in, we don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
You know, but I'm glad that we did, because there's a whole lot more to this. It's not just somebody that's evil or angry or just out to hurt her just to hurt her. You know, everything that you went through with both your baby mamas and Miss Dawkins especially, not seeing your kids. Dude, I told you that. I mean, you came out, you're not drinking, you're not smoking, you're working 2 jobs. You know, it would have been a lot easier to go back to that lifestyle. It would have kept Miss Dawkins happy. But you didn't do that. You were trying to do what was right, even though it was harder to do what was right. I mean, everything about that says you're a good dude. It just got pushed too far by the circumstances. By not being able to see your kids, being head over heels for Miss Dawkins, willing to look the other way as long as she come back and do right. And then to have her do what she did at the daycare to you, and then to call you up and rub your nose in it, and tell you that she's going to basically send you back to prison. She's going to get you violated. I mean, I don't have to suppose that it sent you into a rage and it pissed you off. You already said that. You said I was more than pissed. I'm trying to find out how that anger for Miss Dawkins got taken out on Elisa.
The motive for Gibson targeting Thompson instead of the girlfriend he was angry with is still unclear.
I mean, you went to where she worked. You took her from there even though she didn't want to go. You're telling me the sex was consensual at your house. For the sake of argument, I'm going to believe you.
Y'all could tell forced entry on a female, can't you?
I'm not a sex crimes investigator. I got to be honest, I have no idea.
I don't see a lot of cases, and I'm pretty sure they can. They'll know it's consensual.
So, and like I said, I'm going to take it at your word. I'm not even going to debate you on that. I'm not even trying to go there. I asked one time because somebody else is going to ask me. The family's going to ask. Somebody's going to ask. And you answered, I'm going to take you at your word. But you told us you couldn't let her leave. You told us that she didn't make it down to the bricks when you went down there to see Miss Dawkins. She's dead.
Who dead?
Miss Thompson is dead. And she died when she was with you. I'm trying to figure out how and why. What you were going through in that rage that you had for your baby's mama got taken out on Elisa Thompson. And you can't hold that in forever. You're not hard enough because I don't care if you were out in the streets before. You're a decent human being. You are. Just everything got the best of you. Even if it's just for a split second, it got the best of you. And I'm telling you, it sucks. This is where we're at. We can't change it. But where you go from here is completely up to you. You can live forever in the depths of despair. You can let this make you hard and pretend like you don't care that somebody's life was taken. Or you can admit to yourself and to that family what you did. And you can promise that you are going to live each day as a better man and that you're going to help others along the way. And that is up to you. And I want you to make the best out of a bad situation. And I want you to rise above it. I honestly do. I've got no malice towards you at all. No anger towards you. None. I don't get a bonus because you're arrested. I don't get a promotion. I don't get an award. I just want to be able to give answers to the families. Everybody here that's been working on this does. I want to be able to give an answer to the family. And we want to see you make something out of this that's good and positive.
How long y'all been following me?
How long have we been following you? All day. When you say following you, what do you mean?
You mean looking for you?
Looking for you, investigating you, all day.
Since the Facebook video.
Actually, slightly before the Facebook video. I'm not sure exactly what time that was posted, but we knew who you were. We're gathering evidence before we became aware of the DO. video was on Facebook, and I wish the video had not been on Facebook.
When she started, when people started looking for her.
For her, when she didn't clock back in after work. I mean, sorry, after lunch.
They called the police?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are people out in the parking lot that saw this. She... We're not pushing it. Just walk us through it. No, we won't ask you again.
I think I'm at the lawyer for that part. No, man, that shit crazy. No, I don't know what to say. That's crazy. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
Okay. Reg, are you saying that you want a lawyer before you talk to us anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna push it, brother. I told you. I told you that, you know, we were doing this for the family and honestly for you. So, I'm going to tell you this, even though I'm not going to ask you any more questions, okay? I'm not trying to elicit anything from you at all, okay? Even though I know you're not going to talk to me, that you don't want to talk to me anymore, okay? Even though I know that you're not going to tell me exactly what happened and why it happened, which is the big thing. You know, I still hope that you will decide that you're not going to let this completely crush you, all right? And I hope that you will, you know, make something good of your life. I do. Yeah. Even though I'm not getting anything from you in that regard right now, I hope that you do that. All right, brother? Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
What good can possibly come from this?
Everything that I talked about. I know it seems like no good can come from it, but, you know, a few hours ago you were praying that the police would kill you because of what you've done. You wanted your life to end, you know? Trying to get them to shoot you. And we're telling you that no good comes of that because that's where your story stops, is right there.
I seen on TV of me, well, I'd say about 30 cases of people getting shot doing the shit I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was definitely praying.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted that to happen. This definitely ain't goddamn.
I told you when I heard it on the radio, brother, I thought that's what was going to happen. You know? But that's where your story would have ended.
After a nearly 3-hour-long interrogation, Reginald lost his chance to explain his true side of the story and show any regret or remorse towards the victim. With all the evidence that was found to support Reginald's actions on the evening of November 30th, he was later sentenced to life in prison for the murder of Elisa Thompson.